Trinidad and Tobago is the first and currently only country in the world to celebrate the spiritual Baptist religion with a holiday. And though we get the day off every year, it seems like the meaning of this holiday really goes unrecognized by most of us. So this video is about Baptist Liberation Day. People assume that anything African derived came to the Caribbean through slavery, but the Baptist religion actually came with the Americans. The Americans were enslaved Africans who escaped the plantations in America and were recruited by the British Army to fight against America's self in the War of 1812. The British promised them that if they fought in the war, afterwards they would be considered free and life would be nice. After the war, they had to find some place for the freed black veterans to settle, as they were promised. One of these places was Trinidad, South Trinidad to be specific, where the governor at the time, Sir Ralph Woodford, saw it as an opportunity. He thought that this new population would establish itself here and develop the South. But things in South weren't quite ready for the first set of arrivals, so they were sent to Laventille and Caroni. The majority, however, were then sent to Princestown/Moruga. Many of the Americans that came were from states like Virginia and Georgia, where the Baptist faith was very prevalent. Now, there are a few types of Baptists, and spiritual Baptists particularly fuse African spirituality with the Christian religion. They are very expressive and rhythmic. They ring bells, sing, clap, and play drums, much like many other religions. Now, if there's one thing we know, is that colonials hated nothing more than seeing African people be happy or expressive. The police constantly targeted Baptist gatherings, and the authorities found all kinds of ways to try and silence the religion. They complained it was too loud. They complained that people were leaving the other religions to join the Baptist religion. They found all sorts of roundabout ways to not say that they simply hated the African religious expression. But in 1970, the Shelters Prohibition Ordinance was put in Trinidad and Tobago. For 34 years in Trinidad and Tobago, spiritual Baptist practices were banned by law. For 34 years, they fought to hold on to their tradition. Finally, after much resistance, the law was squashed on March 30th, 1958. In 1996, a holiday was granted to celebrate the liberation of spiritual Baptists from that oppressive law. Despite all of the persecution, spiritual Baptists held on to their traditions, and today they are thriving and shouting. But it's sad to see that even today, many of us hold that same colonial ignorance about Baptists being evil or scary or demonic. And many of the corporations that send out their greetings for Christmas, Mother's Day, and Independence seem to forget about spiritual Baptist liberation. But this is the chance for you to do your research. Talk to somebody who's a spiritual Baptist, read all about it. Understand why they catch the power and why they ring the bells. Happy Spiritual Baptist Liberation Day from me, Hartford Harmony.